Right. So welcome everybody to Wellness Wednesday. This is hosted by me, Andrea Page. And this is really about creating more empowerment around using the Healy, empowering you with product knowledge, and then also just experiential. I really want this to be like interactive. So I'm going to share some information and share my experiences, and then also would love it if you wanted to share with yours. The really amazing thing that I've experienced with Healy is just how everybody uses it in their own unique way, and so I love having a container like this where we can share those and learn more and really empower ourselves and seeing things in a different way, or maybe we didn't think about using it that way, and then we can and implement that and then have even more amazing results with this beautiful technology. So just to share a bit about Healy, their mission is really about creating revolutionary products and opportunities to empower you to thrive and live in a life of freedom, of passion, of joy, and really about finding those frequencies for your life that really support you and your enhancement. And their vision is to empower people to live a healthy, fulfilled, and conscious life, and to inspire our growing community to make a continuous positive impact on humanity. And so that's really in alignment with what we're doing on this call, which is really just about um, product knowledge and empowerment to facilitate a lot of those things of living our healthy life, of being fulfilled, of being, of really using this technology with intention and with consciousness to have that sort of impact within ourselves and then within our community around us. So the last call, we talked about the power of 3, which are digital Ayurveda frequencies. We touched upon gut health. So that replay is on YouTube as well as within our Telegram group. So if you're interested in learning that or learning more about that, then we can get that link for you. Today's focus is really about the immune system and the frequencies that can be used to really bolster the immune system or help you if you're going through any kind of immune challenges. And also I'll touch upon kind of naturopathic and lifestyle support that go with the frequency. So in my experience with Healy, especially, is that Healy is amazing on its own. And then when you combine it with another therapy modality, I know like for me, I often use it with like herbs or remedies, and they seem to enhance one another. So I wanted to include some of those practices just to create more awareness around that as well, because it's a big passion of mine. I also decided to talk about the immune system because we had a virus run through the house last week. I'm not sure if it was the virus because we didn't do any testing or anything, but we did have COVID in February, and a lot of the symptoms and things that we had going on last week felt very similar, although they were way less intense. And I really feel that it's because I have a deeper understanding of the frequencies and the immune system in particular, the immune system frequencies, that I didn't have that knowledge back in February. And so I thought it was very pertinent for me, and then also just to have it, to have that awareness of the immune system and which frequencies we can use to bolster that, to help us if we're having any illnesses, and really just again about empowerment. So what is the immune system? This isn't going to be a long anatomy and physiology, but I just wanted to touch upon what it is, so that we have a deeper understanding of how extensive the immune system is within the body and how it really is like in all parts of our body. And so it also helps when selecting different programs, especially if you do an analysis and certain things come up and you're like, oh, that's weird, thymus, or, but it is part of the immune system. And so it's a really important part, actually. So the immune system is a complex network of organs, of cells, of proteins, which create the antibodies, which protect us against future pathogens. But really, the immune system is in place within our body to protect us from pathogens. It protects us from infection, and as well as any foreign substances getting into the body and impacting our health. So this is everything from bacteria, from viruses, to toxins. And as we know with Healy, there's always Well, it affects us physically. It also can affect us mentally, emotionally, energetically, right? So these toxins take hold within our body, and they affect us on many levels. And so our body is really designed to protect us from that. Sometimes it finds its way into the body, and then our immune system helps work through it. The really interesting thing about the immune system is it almost has a memory of its own. So it keeps a record of every foreign pathogen, every microbe that enters the body, and it creates these things called memory cells. So that if in the future we have a re-exposure, or our body comes in contact with those things again, that the body has these memory cells that the immune system is able to activate quicker and respond quicker. And so it tends to not make us as sick if we have a re-exposure. So the parts of the immune system are extensive. I mean, they affect all part of the body. You can see in this image that it really is in all parts of our body. So but the primary parts are the white blood cells. These are created in the bone marrow, and then they are distributed throughout the body. If there is a sign of infection, the white blood cells get sent to that area, and then we have a response. The antibodies are what's created, as I talked about, from the memory cells. So the antibodies are what our body creates in response to a foreign pathogen. Our lymphatic system includes this extensive network of kind of like veins, and they have lymph nodes in various parts of the body. The spleen and the thymus are important organs of the immune system. The bone marrow, as I mentioned, is where they make the white blood cells. Our skin is our largest organ in our body, and it is constantly is our barrier to the outer world, and so it plays a really important part of the immune system. Our lungs as well. We take in a lot through our lungs. We have this really extensive filtering system, and so our lungs play an important part. There's a very extensive connection between the immune system and the blood system, and so the lungs have that. There's sort of that conjunction of those two. Our gastrointestinal tract is extremely important. If not, next to the white blood cells, is probably the next most important. They say that 70 to 80% of our immune system is actually located in our gut. And so, our GI tract, our gut health is extremely vital to the health of and wellness of our immune system. And then as well as mucous membranes, in particular, our nose, our throat, inside of our mouth. They're constantly filtering pathogens that are entering the body, and so they play an important part of the immune system. So some things that weaken the immune system, chronic stress. We know stress is like the leading cause of illness in the world right now. It's, they attribute 75 or 95% of manifestation of illness can be attributed to stress, and in particular chronic stress. Lack of sleep, lack of exercise, an unhealthy diet, dehydration, all these things can weaken our immune system. Obviously, smoking and alcohol depresses organ function and can weaken that as well. Negative thoughts and emotions, these things that we have happen on an energetic level can dampen our immune system. Isolation, lack of connection, and lack of social interaction. I feel like these things have become so obvious, especially within the last 2 years of what we've been going through. They have an impact on the immune system in a really strong way. And then as well, lack of sunshine, lack of fresh air, and then time in nature. I'm a big proponent of getting outside, getting out of nature, having your skin exposed to some sunlight. Vitamin D is a very important vitamin for the robustness of our immune system. And I actually read a study yesterday that they were saying, in particular with COVID, was that I think it was like 85% of people that had really strong side effects related to the COVID infection, where 85% of them were vitamin D deficient. So it's it's an important vitamin for us to get, and we can get it from sunshine. And so that daily exposure is really important for us. So some common signs of a weakened immune system, again, high stress levels, maybe feeling overwhelmed, anxiety. Lots of people have anxiety when they move into that space of feeling overwhelmed and are under chronic stress. Digestive troubles, any kind of tummy issues, fluctuating between diarrhea or constipation, bloatedness, feeling like tummy aches. All of these things can be related to the immune system, as I said, and I mean, I say this so much, but as 70 to 80% of our immune system is located in our gut. And so, when we're having digestive troubles, that has an impact on our immune system as well. Any kind of sleep challenges can weaken our immune system. When we sleep is when we're healing, is when our body is repairing, is when we're resting. And so if we're not sleeping, then it tends to increase our stress levels. It can throw our hormones off out of whack, and it has this sort of cascade effect into other parts of our life and our health. Some other common signs are fatigue and lethargy, feeling tired all the time, low energy, as well as frequent coughs and colds, frequent infections, and also this kind of works in conjunction, but any kind of delayed wound healing, and then skin problems, because our skin is filtering so much that if we're having some skin problems, that can be kind of a sign of a sluggish immune system. So ways to strengthen the immune system, well, a lot of these are the opposite of what we just talked about. So eating a nutrient-rich diet that are, high in fruits and vegetables, eating the color of the rainbow, adequate hydration, good quality water, adequate restful sleep. So we're feeling like we had a good sleep, and we wake up and we are energetic. We feel like our brain is functioning properly. Regular physical activity is amazing for the lymphatic system, for boosting the immune system, for helping us feel strong mentally, physically, emotionally. Other ways are stress reducing activities, any kind of passions or hobbies, just really ways of managing our stress and finding the things that really work for us to help mitigate that. Also fostering positive thoughts, emotions, empowering beliefs, social interactions, spending time with positive people, not just like any people, but be really mindful about who we're spending time with. What are the things that they're saying, the words that they're using, kind of like their energy, and one of the things that I've sort of noticed with having Healy is that it's made me more aware of the people around me, and I've become more mindful about who I am spending my time with. And so, all those things really impact our health and our well-being. And again, getting outside, getting some sunshine, fresh air, spending time in nature, and then of course frequencies. So frequencies are amazing for the immune system, and really overall health in general. So I want to talk about the different frequencies that we can use to support the immune system. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a presentation about the gold cycle. Again, that's available in the replay. But gold cycle are really our foundational frequencies. These are the detox frequencies, and so these are a good good starting point for anybody that's new with Healy. They really recommend, Healy recommends that you start with these gold cycles, and also they're amazing for the immune system. Pure is designed to support from recovery from negative environmental influences, helping with toxins, any kind of unhealthy diet, or things that are happening in our environment that will weaken our immune system. And so Pure helps to detox on the physical level, detox mentally, detox emotionally. Care is designed, these are frequencies that really support immune system, so immune system balance. Some other ones in particular, just related to the immune system, because that's the topic of today, relax and release are amazing for supporting the immune system. Relax are anti-stress frequencies. Release is releasing pain, whether this be physical, mental, emotional, energetic. I run release quite often, most evenings actually, and it's a really amazing frequency. I love it just for rebalancing and just resetting from the day and releasing, just kind of like consciously letting go of all of that and entering the next day kind of clean and pure. Bioenergetic Boost. I'm running it right now. This one is really it's designed for harmonization of the bioenergetic field of the immune system. So Healy has this, they created this tagline where it's like, in these important times where immunity is so vital, that Healy has provided us with these free immunity boosting bioenergetic supportive programs. And this ensures that we remain as healthy as possible. So when I first learned about bioenergetic boost, they said, somebody had told me like these were designed for COVID, for viruses, for pathogens, because we're living in this crazy time, and now we have this beautiful frequency program that can support us during that. So last week when I was sick, all of us ran this one every day, Bioenergetic Boost. We all ran it to support us through that, and I'm convinced it helped us heal faster. So Bioenergetic Harmony 1 and 2, these are our digital aid or digital first aid kit. That's how they're described. That's how I learned it. And so especially in Bioenergetic Harmony 1, there's the immune system frequency. So the top row is really about immunity. This is activation of the body's bioenergetic defense system. Chilling is meant to calm any mucous membranes. So last week, we didn't all have this, but last week my son, he was like, he had a lot of, his nose was running and he was really stuffed up. Also, I love this one if there's any fevers related to infection. This one, I use this on my other son, and his fever broke after running chilling. Hypersensitivity is really about helping relieve allergic reactions, but again, an allergic reaction is an immune response. And so this one was really great last week for us, and also any kind of like allergic reactions that, you know, outside of an illness, but even if you're having, you know, seasonal allergic reactions or reactions to foods. So I love this frequency program for that. I also put nerves on this list, which is bioenergetic regulation of the nervous system. I think when our immune system kind of gets off kilter, you know, it has this sort of cascade effect that kind of makes us feel, it activates our nervous system as well. And so the nerves are help for tempering any kind of nervous system activation. And then again, in Bioenergetic Harmony 2, so as I've been saying, the gastrointestinal system is intricately connected with the immune system. So the gastrointestinal is about energetic balancing of the GI tract. Bacteria is balancing the bioenergetic defense system. So if you feel like there is a pathogen that's in your body, bacteria is a great one to run. Tonsils, again, in that infographic that I was showing before, is part of our immune system. So running tonsils, you know, if you're having a sore throat or you feel like your lymph nodes are enlarged, then the tonsils are really great for, oh, I made a spelling error here, but energetically balancing the immune system in case of infections. So again, we ran this one last week. And similarly, toxins, so bioenergetic stimulation of the body's excretory processes. Another one that I didn't put on the list, but head. Last week, you know, a couple of us in my family were having a lot of symptoms within our head area. So we felt like our sinuses were full, our ears were blocked. We were producing a lot of phlegm, and so I ran head a number of times. Lungs too, if you get a kind of any infection within the lungs, the lung frequency programs are amazing. Hi, Cassie.
Hi. Do I need to mute myself? Let's see.
Some other supportive frequencies are the meridians. The meridians are our energetic pathways. This stimulates the flow of energy throughout our body. So these ones are always really great as nice supportive frequencies. If you're having any kind of acute symptoms, the Bioenergetic Harmony 1 and 2 are really the go-to for any symptoms, not even just related to immune system or infection, really any of them, but if you are having anything that's related to immune system activation, then Bioenergetic Harmony 1 and 2 are really beautiful for that. And then the meridians are really supportive for just helping kind of optimize that flow through the body. So in Meridian 1, I have allergies on the list, or the allergy meridian, rather, the skin. And then again, because gut health is so important for immune system, the large and the small intestine. And then in Meridians 2, there's lymphatic system, spleen and pancreas, the nerve meridian, again, because often the activation of immune system can exacerbate the nervous system, and then kidneys, which are really the flow of all of our life force energy. And so when we're feeling any illness, you know, working with the kidneys can be super supportive as well. So digital nutrition, I mean, there's so much to pick from digital nutrition, but number 3 in particular are immune system frequencies. So we have immune system there, lymphatic system, antioxidants, and toxins. So those would be my top 4 suggestions if you're running ones that are specific to the immune system. I did go through the Heal Advisor, and type in immune system, and they suggested within the digital nutrition tissue, bioinformation, energetic, and brain. And then some of the other suggestions that I had was hypovitaminosis and then regeneration. So that kind of helping repair the immune system and get it back online. And then some other supportive frequencies are within job and sleep and mental balance. So really, again, geared towards reducing stress levels, managing and mitigating fatigue or exhaustion, helping with sleep. So, again, sleep is where we rest and repair. So optimizing our sleep can help us heal faster. And then also supporting ourselves with mental and emotional well-being. So these frequencies are really great for that. And then power of 3. So again, like a third time now, but 70-80% of our immune system is located in the gut. And so really working on strengthening the gut and bolstering the immune system, they work synergistically. So as you strengthen one, it strengthens the other, and vice versa. So if you're focused on the immune system, it's going to boost your gut health. And as you focus on gut health, it's going to strengthen your immune system. And so the power of 3 are really geared at increasing digestive fortitude and the strength of your digestive system, again, on a physical level, but also a mental, emotional, and energetic level. So I did do that talk 2 weeks ago about the power of 3, where we dive into gut health, but in particular for immune system, the third line, conflict, balance, defense, support, and friendly flora. These are really about balancing the good and bad bacteria within our digestive system. And so that can help bolster the immune system. The first 2, classical physical and classical energetic, even the Zapper protocol, if there's a pathogen in your body, the Zapper protocol is amazing for helping eradicate that. So the power of 3 is really great for helping the immune system. So some supportive naturopathy that I love and use, that we used a lot of these last week when my family was sick. Warm water with lemon, ginger, and honey is really amazing for boosting the immune system, helping with any detox symptoms. Golden milk as well, which has ginger in it, turmeric, black pepper, some cinnamon. I use coconut milk for mine, but you can use any milk, and it's just really, it coats the whole digestive system, and it is really kind of nourishing and healing at the same time. We were all taking colloidal silver, which is a natural antibacterial. I love using this with my kids because it has no flavor. So it's easy to just drop it in their water and they drink it down, and we get the medicine and the remedy in. Essential oils. I am a big fan of oil of oregano. I'm not a big fan of the taste, but I feel like anytime I feel like any illness is coming on, I take some oil of oregano and it just wipes it out. So I often use this one when I'm feeling sick. So you can actually add a couple of drops in water or juice, or you can take it sublingually if you want. That's how I take it, because it goes directly into the bloodstream, but it does have a really potent taste. So not everybody loves that. And then using essential oils in a diffuser, so which also has antibacterial, antiviral properties in itself, which is eucalyptus, peppermint, and lavender. Lavender is really wonderful for the nervous system and calming the nervous system, and integrating this with the Healy, with the frequencies, because these medicines themselves carry their own vibration, their own frequency. And I really believe that once you combine it with Healy, it really enhances and activates and enhances the other. And then some other things that I really love to use if I'm feeling any kind of discomfort was, we used topical cannabis oil last week. So I have it's like a gel called Uncle Bud's that I use, but it's a gel, and I just rub it on our chest if we're feeling any kind of lung stuff, or put it on the throat for sore throat. We were rubbing it on our sinuses. So this is just kind of like an external cream that you can apply. And then medicinal mushrooms. I hope one day Healy has frequencies for mushrooms, but as they don't right now, we have to take them as supplements. So any of the mushrooms are really amazing, but chaga has a lot of support for immune system, as does reishi, cordyceps, and maitake. And really, it's the beta glucans within the mushrooms that activate and then potentiate the immune system. So medicinal mushrooms are known as an adaptogen, and so what they do is, if your immune system is activated, it helps kind of like bring it back into balance, or if your immune system is depressed, it activates it to sort of like bring it back into balance. So it kind of works in both ways, and that's why it's known as an adaptogen. So these are just some things that I would recommend, but these are the ones that we used last week to help with the virus going through our house, and also are super supportive for the immune system. So just brief conversation about June promotions that are happening with Healy right now. The Healy, you can get the Healy Professional for half price, and it includes the coil, which is amazing. And then also, if you have a resonance and you want to upgrade, you can do that right now for 900 euros, which is a 62% savings. And then this week, they also announced that you can get the Healy Resonance Plus for half price. So this is the newest edition from Healy, which is a really amazing deal. I think it works out to like be $1,276, if I believe, which is really, really awesome. And then also, if you are enrolled in the business side of Healy, if you enroll 3 new customers or members, then you get some cash bonuses, which is amazing too. So we have our Healy Wellness and Empowerment Telegram group. So if you're not part of that, I can reach out and share that link. But other resources that we have for Healy as well, there's Tech Tip Tuesday, which happens at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern time. And this is with Ken Close, and they really go through, it's a question and answer session where it's really learning about Healy and the application. So learning about the apps, learning about the sort of the technical side of Healy. We have Healy for Beginners and Beyond, which is on Thursdays, which is really great. It's everything from taking it out of the box to setting it up to using the Healy. So that's a really wonderful call that's available as well. And then we run our wellness talks every other Wednesday. So that's what I have in terms of our presentation. And now we can just kind of open it up if anybody had any questions, or if they wanted to share about their experience of using Healy with the immune system, or even sharing, other sort of naturopathic lifestyle, like what are the things that you do when you're feeling sick, and have you used Healy in that sort of state of illness or where you weren't feeling optimal? And then what are the programs that you run? Cassie, you're driving.
Yeah, but I can share. So a lot of what you said, I use colloidal silver. I also use lemon, ginger, and honey in a tea as well. In addition to the frequencies, I usually run BIOENERGETIC BOOST in the bioenergetic support frequencies, and I also run immune system chilling or care. I'll start with care first, typically, just to kind of get things. I'll also run toxins or bacteria as well. I love to go to the, I'll run a scan, see what Healy says, obviously, because it could be something mental that could be happening on a mental level. I ran a lot of mental balance, and all of a sudden my back stopped hurting. So that was really,
wow.
Yeah, that was an interesting byproduct of that. Let's see. When I was sick, I ran a lot of bioenergetic boost, really. I did not do digital nutrition. I thought maybe just keep it simple for me. And
yeah, that's a really great point, because often when you're not feeling great, you don't have a ton of additional energy, right? So, I always suggest doing an analysis. If you're not sure, run an analysis and you'll know, right? Like last week I did an analysis, and bioenergetic support came up in the analysis. So I ran an individual one for that. And they came up, I shared this with you, remember they came up at like 118% for bioenergetic boost. And I had that 3 days in a row. And so I ran bioenergetic boost every single day in the longer IMF with the wires, and it kept coming up. Hello. And then it's still coming up for me because I've been doing an analysis every single day while I've been sick so that I know what to run. And it's still every day it comes up, bioenergetic support. Today it came up, they were both 50%. So I feel like, we're moving back into balance, but sometimes it takes like running it every single day for a period of time. And I love having that analysis portion where then it tells you like, okay, things are coming back into balance, right? Of course I feel it physically, but it's also nice to have that validation through the app as well.
Yeah, and you mentioned, and then I'd love if Mary wants to share, you mentioned about the mushrooms, chaga and reishi and so forth, and I do take supplements for that as well, so it's really great as we're entering into our later 40s, or for me, I can only speak for me, you want to have a lot of support from the mushrooms, so that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you for your share.
Thank you. Amazing presentation.
Hi, thank you, Andrea. That was really nice. Hi, Cassie. So what works for me really well is pure. Thanks to you, Andrea, because you're the one that mentioned it, I think, on Cassie's podcast. So pure has been life-changing for me.
Wow.
Yes, pure is the one I go to all the time. But supplements, I love ashwagandha and reishi. They work really well for me because I get a lot of I'm in my 40s too, and I get a lot of that anxiety, like my heart like racing, and I hate that. But reishi, ashwagandha, vitamin C powder, magnesium carbonate. I take a lot of stuff. And one that really works for me is the Well-Being Soul. I don't know. It's something mental. It relaxes me. Release is also very good. Gosh, there's so many. Emotional well-being is so good. Gosh,
Yeah.
I can't choose one, but pure would be my top one right now.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, I use pure a lot. Thanks. No, that's amazing. That's great information. Yeah, the mental balance. I mean, as soon as I'm feeling, I think I shared this on your podcast last week, Cassie, where it's like, as soon as I'm feeling a little like, it's like the knife fight's gonna come out, and then I just run the Well-Being Soul or the mental balance, and it's like, wow, just so balancing really quickly. Puts me in a Zen state. So I know Cassie has run a ton of mental balance. You ran a lot of those initially too, right? And you had a ton of support from that. I didn't run those a lot at the beginning. And then when I did, I was hooked because I mean, you can really feel the difference from when you start the program to when it's ending, 45 minutes later, an hour later is like 180 degree of the total tempering of the nervous system. So, but yeah, so that's awesome. So we can just wrap up early today, but thanks for joining, and I hope that information was useful. I really just, again, we all use the Healy in a bit of a different way, and so this is why I love these containers of just sharing what we do to inspire others to like maybe try programs that we've never tried before, or we never thought about using them for that. The immune system is a little bit more obvious in terms of that, but sharing things like this at the end where, of course, when we're feeling sick, we're not feeling at our greatest, and mental balance are wonderful supportive for that, right? And it can have that, like, as we calm our nervous system, as our adrenal glands get a bit of a break, then it like simultaneously increases our immune system. And so everything nothing's working in isolation, everything is working synergistically together. So there's so many amazing programs to choose from Healy that can really support the immune system. I think fundamentally all of them probably help, because they are contributing on some level. But if you're having acute symptoms, Bioenergetic Harmony 1 and 2 are really the go-to. But yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining.
Thank you so much. Hi, Mary. Nice to see you.
Cool. Okay, ladies, we'll talk soon.